clutch is roasted.
The back end of the HKS turbo, start doing full load pulls on it.
Monster turbo, black MK4 Supra. Our FD over here, this is another black car. They're not made for tall guys.
Clutch slipped at about 4,900 RPM, and it's only at about 310 foot-pounds of torque. So the clutch is roasted.
All right, so we have a quick update here on the R33. We got the new clutch in from Clutch Masters. Lewis over there hooked us up with a 10-inch twin disc. It's still very streetable, but it will hold all the power we want to throw at it with this R33. And just to give you guys an idea of the diameter, it's about 2 inches larger in diameter than the old Exity twin disc, and this is a stacked setup. You could read about it on Clutch Masters website, and they can build you whatever you need to suit your car. On the R33, we did get a peek under here, and we were able to see the back end of the HKS turbo that doesn't show any oil seeping through, and they're purple. I believe it's about a 60mm wastegate. All right, and then right after this gets installed, we're gonna go back to the dyno, do some clutch break-in, make sure it's all good before we start doing full load pulls on it and see how much power it makes, so keep an eye out.
Hey guys, wanted to give you guys a quick heads up. Today's a kind of a special day for the R33 GT-R that is sitting behind me. If you go back and look at some of our earlier videos, we did a whole introduction, we did some dyno testing on it, and of course the clutch wasn't living up to the power that it was making in it, and we couldn't actually get a good run. We've since put a new clutch in it, but right now it's been sitting in storage here at our shop, and we've decided now's the best time to send it off to our friends over at Autobond Auto Body in Costa Mesa. They're the shop that we've been commissioning to do a lot of our paint work since we have so many projects in the queue right now. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to have these cars sitting around when we really want to get this thing painted and on the road and start really dialing it into the stuff we want to see. But let me show it off to you guys. This is our R33. As you can see, lots of little chips, lots of little rock chips. Of course, it's super dirty. It's been sitting on one of our lifts here for the last few months, and our plan is to put a beautiful glass black paint job on this, so we're excited about it. It just made sense for us to send this car off to another shop to have the paint work done. We wouldn't be sending it just to any shop. It's going back in black. Now, this was actually an originally midnight purple car. It was painted black by its previous owners in Japan. And when they painted it, they didn't do a complete paint job on it. They did a, they didn't do the jams. So as you can see here, the jams are still purple, but the car is black. So the thing I love about the Japanese cars is the engine bays on the midnight purple cars are actually black, so we're not going to have to worry about doing the engine bay. You could see in here that it is in fact a LP2, which indicates that it's the midnight purple. And oh man, I love this. This car's so awesome. 2.8 liter HKS V-Cam, monster turbo. This car is one of those RH9 cars, and the RH9 car, as you guys probably know, in Japan is just they're monsters. I mean, we suspect this car is going to make somewhere in the area of around 800 or 900 horsepower running the right fuel, and no expense was spared when they built this car in Japan, and that's why we bought it. We imported this car from Japan, and we're really excited about it. Big brake kit. Yeah, man. Old school gauges. That's kind of cool. And like I said, man, R34 seats, which is really unique, and lots of cool stuff. We're going to clean this car up quite a bit. We're going to start with a a glass paint job. And like I said before, you know, Autobahn Auto Body is known for doing just some really high-end paint work. As you can see from our BMW, this is actually a 135, and we cheated. We didn't want to buy a 1M. So what we decided to do is weld all new quarter panels. There's another video. If you go back and look at our video logs, you'll see that we did a whole video on this car. Autobahn Auto Body did the paint and body work on this one, and they just did an amazing job. So excited to see how this one comes out. I know it's going to come out great, and I'm really excited about this car going in black. So right now in our current inventory, we have the black R33 GT-R, we have the black MK4 Supra. This is another little monster car. And oh yeah, something about black. You got to paint this spoiler. We're going to try to get the spoiler painted this week. And then of course our FD over here, this is another black car. A lot of black cars right now. This is another one of our pretty cars. Another car I absolutely love, but honestly, they're not made for tall guys. Barely fit in it, but look at it. It's pretty. We did that car ourselves here. So the flatbed is here now. The R33 is leaving, and it is heading off to Autobahn, and can't wait to see the results. They're probably about 30 days out before we get to see this thing in its pure beauty. We're going to be removing all the window glass, all the moldings to do this right. So yeah, very excited about this car.
Bye, Daryl.